Before you ask any questions, I was on Mack's Report like 7 months ago, and I still can't understand you clearly. So if you could please talk a bit more clearly.
Slow down?
It doesn't have to be super slow, but just a bit more clearly.
That's just my voice, man. We've got some questions, nice easy ones to start off with, ones that we ask everyone the same, okay? And Riq, you've already answered these, so these ones are just for Juan, okay? So first one, Juan, when did you start playing the game?
I started playing the game like 8 years ago, I think, or 9, since the start. Yes.
Nice. And what made you get into it? Was it just like mates playing it, or?
No, my uncle started playing it. He told me like, hey, check this game. That is how I started.
Nice. And what's your favourite Town Hall level?
In the first years, my favorite Town Hall was Town Hall 9. With the years, Town Hall 12.
Town Hall 12. So that's your current favourite?
Yes.
Cool, nice. Riq, why are you such low quality? I don't know, man.
I mean, on Discord it doesn't look like this, but on stream it looks much worse.
Yeah, but it's got to get all the way down the internet to me, so I don't know. It's maybe just your internet connection or something, I don't know. Town Hall 9 is the best Town Hall ever, as people are saying. What about your favourite strategy, Juan? You just used Dragon Riders there in the war. Have you got, is that your favourite strategy at the moment? Your favourite troop?
In Town Hall 9 I used it Quincher Lalo. In Town Hall 11 Sui Lalo. In Town Hall 12 Hydrax. And Town Hall 13 Quincher Lalo, and now Smash. I change every Town.
Just use a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And what about your in-game name then? Where did that come from? I'm assuming it's going to be quite a straightforward story.
You can see I'm not very creative. Just my name.
But I like the number one. The number one thing. That's good. So your Twitter handle, you've put some creativity into that, so I like that. The nice play on words.
That was because the Chinese guys don't pronounce my letter. They say Guang, like the number 1. So, yeah, number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Makes sense. Go on then, Riq. Right, we'll let you come in and say some stuff now, okay? So we'll give Juan a wee rest. So Riq, last time you were on the show, maybe 4 shows in or something, it was like really early on that you came on. But you were with Vanguard Gaming, which seemed to be going fine, was going well. And then,
exactly 1 week later, it's
did I break you up?
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you.
So, what happened from Vanguard to Badzinger? How did you get to Badzinger? What was the journey to get there?
So at first I moved to Silent Snipers with Lucas. Then Demo was a captain there, and then they made few roster changes and I joined. So later they kicked few people. We got new people to the team, but we weren't doing very well. Then there was this incident with Lucas that some people may remember half a year ago. So he moved to DC Ranger. I decided to not join anywhere for a while, but Avatar DM'd me and asked if I wanted to join. And about 1 week later, I answered that I can join, and that's basically it.
Nice. Okay, I like that. It's so a wee bit kicked a few people, says Gabo. Yeah, we're sort of summarising it a little bit. That's fine. So for both of you now, this one, all right. So one of the questions that Crunk sent me was about the language barrier. So Juan, when you were in Nova, if you go back to that sort of time, you're obviously really struggling with the language, with communication barrier there. And actually, it's a very similar setup in Badzinger, where I invited all of Badzinger on, and there's 3 that were like, no, I too nervous to speak English. So how does that work? Is that a challenge, not being able to speak English? Or is it okay? Or is the fact that there's 2 of you helpful?
When you are used to play with it, is okay. It's like if you like if you like talk all time with your teammate, it is bad. But when you are hitter, you don't need to talk with your teammate a lot. So everyone know what he has to do, so it is okay with that.
Cool, yeah. So you have like a hit order set out, and you know what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, basically, yeah. We only talk about which base we put, which CC we donate. Good luck.
That's cool. So, but that's so when I had alternate attacks on, Boom talked about when they were looking for someone to replace Linnaid, they talked about how they had to speak English. They wanted that team, they wanted to be able to talk together and communicate and get that sort of teamwork sort of set up. But you guys have obviously managed to get a golden ticket as well without any dramas. So, and Riq, you're going to have to talk because Juan's left.
I can talk.
I'm back.
You're back. So how do you find it, Riq? Because you've obviously come from like Vanguard. You're all speaking the same language, weren't you?
Yeah, we're all speaking English. Some people better, some people worse. Then also in Silent Snipers, it was in quite big part English team. So They all were speaking English quite fluently. And then it was a bit shocking at the first time in Badzinger to play without any voice chat or something, but after some time I just got used to it.
We tried voice channel like 2 times, and we say, okay, we don't do more anymore.
It's too distracting. It's actually worse, is it?
Yeah.
Not really distractive, but it just didn't really work then, I think. But also there was still Jose in main roster then, so it finished that Jose was talking to Juan was talking to Jose, they both were speaking Spanish, so...
Just a big old mess. You need almost like a separate channel for Spanish, Russian...
And now Andy talk Russian. He's not from Russia, but he speak. So he speak between Avatar and Dima, and Riqirez and me just don't speak.
Nice. Okay, cool. So Riq, is it a bit different? Is it does it feel like quite lonely when you're doing wars now, or does it not feel?
A bit different, but most of times when we are playing wars, it was me helping others, because usually when I were talking about my plans, then people's reaction was only like, okay, sounds fine, because I was telling every single detail. So it didn't really change much. Okay. But it was weird to don't have any spotter or anybody talking during my attack.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, cool, that's interesting, I like that. So Juan, in 2019, winning with Nova, winning the Worlds, and then you retired. I don't know if it happened straight away, but then you went through a bit of retirement. When and why did you decide to come back to the game? What was the thought process there?
Before play the World Championship final, I was 1 month living in China with my team, and we were, they forced us to play 12 hours each day, so I was very exhausted. So when I finished the final and we won, I just wanted to relax and don't play cock anymore.
Yeah.
Because 12 hours every day during 1 month. After that, in January, I think, or February, Team Queso, I saw we could make a team with Team Queso support, salary, and more stuff, so I came back. I qualified every month, and I think the last month I got banned, so I went back to retirement. I spent a lot of money to get a new account back. So and now I'm back.
And why did you get? Do you know why you were banned? Why the account was banned?
Oh yeah, purchase account.
Ah, okay, cool, got you. The old. I think they did a whole load at the same time. We had like guys from Tribe getting losing their second accounts and all that sort of stuff at the same time. So, let's talk about Queso then a little bit. When you left Queso, or Team Queso, or whatever they were called, kind of like you left that, or kind of, was that a breach of contract? You left early?
We have a contract with Team Queso, and at the same time, my old esport, Nova, created a new team with some Chinese guys and LP and Andy, but they didn't win nothing. So when Nova saw my team was qualifying every month, they offered us a lot of money. So we talked with Team Queso, and they let us go out, and that is how.
Ah, okay, cool. Because Riq, you also ended up leaving Vanguard. Were you under contract there as well, or did you just?
It wasn't really like leaving. It was more like disbanding because everyone left him. We just argued quite then, and Logan, our manager, at some point just said, "Okay, we're ending this. I'm telling organization that you're done with contract," and then it just happened.
Ah, okay, cool. So, because one of the questions that Crunk's thrown in for me here is like, so now you're not with an org, and obviously when you talked about like lots of pressure there, 12-hour days and sort of like expectations, are you preferring not being under an org, or I don't know who wants to answer that first. We'll start us off, and Riq, you can give us an opinion as well.
It depends, because it depends when and how. If it is at the start of the year, I will say yes. But if it is at the end of the year, when you already have a golden ticket or something like that, I will say no. And if it is the start of the year, I will say yes, but depends how many percent the esport take, because I know some esports in Clash of Clans take like 40%, and to me that is too much. I see fair like a 10-20%, for example, but not anymore. Also, you have to sign with a trusted organization, because at the end, if you qualify, Supercell will give your money to the esport, and the esport have to send you. So, I mean, if they aren't trusted, they can take your money and bye.
Yeah, so we saw that with 11 Original, didn't we? Who signed to a team, I can't remember what it was, and now we've gone back to 11 Original because they weren't getting, their salary wasn't coming through at all. So
yeah, but that was strange, because Team Elevate, you never saw that name before, and now they offer you, I think it was like $300 each month. And yeah, it is a lot of money, but it's soon like they are scamming.
So Riq, what about you? Do you think you enjoying not playing in an org for just now?
I think I'm enjoying it now. Back then, half a year ago, I think it was good because it was always that $50 to $100 per month, so that I could buy some gold passes or pack in game from time to time. But it was basically then like only source of money from Clash, so it was okay. But now I think I prefer to play without an organization, because we are doing, I think, quite well in tournaments. We won quite a big amount of money. We are doing well with bases, and I don't really think we need esports organization now.
Yeah, so an esports organization come in, they give you a name and take a cut of your money, but actually you're doing fine. You're doing all right with base building. You've
and there are always problems with
contracts.
contracts. Like, I'm a person that asks tons of questions when there is something to sign. So, basing on my previous experiences, I would probably again ask tons of questions. There will be many things that I don't like. So I think I prefer to play without an organization now.
Man, if we think about how long you've been around in the competitive scene, making you sound super old now, sorry. But there was long format wars that we started off with, and now it's changed to this sort of short format. Which format do you prefer?
I like the short format match, yes.
Cool, nice.
I prefer it.
When do you think the best period for competitive Clash of Clans was? Is it right now? Was it a year ago?
Oh, I think right now, because right now you don't see any favorite clan. I mean, you can see Atas, but if you see the recently performance of all things, you don't see anything that it is 100% he will win the world. So I think right now is the best.
I think it's quite competitive at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. What about you, Riq? Do you liking where the game's at right now?
I don't really have anything to compare to, because 2 years ago, yes, I was trying playing in Worlds, but I didn't have like any serious team. I was just playing with my friends in some smaller tournaments.
Yeah.
But I think it is in a good spot now, with balance in meta and with like how much money and attention Clash of Clans eSports gets now. So I think now is the best.
I think is in my opinion, the year with less cheaters in the competitive.
This year is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most fair play year in the competitive, I think.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's talk about last month. Congratulations, first of all, getting the golden ticket. First team to come from the lower bracket and beat the upper bracket team. And then we had an interesting situation after that, where because of the disconnect and all the drama around that. Now, you put a thing out on Twitter afterwards talking about having kind of mixed emotions. When did you find out that you had won the golden ticket? How soon afterwards?
It was, I think, right after last match, because when we were done with like this bracket reset match, and we realized it was just only like maybe, I think we can tell it like this, that it was because of Andy's time fail, like few more seconds, and we would just legitimately got a golden ticket from like from very beginning of our bracket. Yeah. And it would be like the best comeback ever that we could ever do. But we just failed on very last like segment of this run. So we were just sitting there and I don't know, we were happy about what we did that day, but we are also not really happy about losing this so late.
Getting so close.
Then we were just sitting and facing our like monitors, phones, or anything, and there was only Juan that decided to open stream, and then he started talking that we won golden ticket, and no one believed. So everyone opened stream, and
you found out from the stream. Wow.
From stream at first.
Yeah.
Just later they wrote on Discord.
Right. Yeah, because I saw P. Castro didn't celebrate his attack. And after that, I went to Discord and I saw that Mint writing. So I thought, okay, we got the golden ticket.
All right, okay, yeah. And was it a strange feeling? I suppose you guys were happy with your performance, yeah? It wasn't like they absolutely hammered you in that last match, and then they were disqualified. It was a really close match, and so were you happy with your performance and you felt you earned that golden ticket, yeah?
Yeah, because to be honest, this was the match that everyone could win. We just had less luck, so we lost in-game. but we won overall.
Cool. Happy days. Okay, let's talk about the day before then. And, the weekend before. Not the day before. AS Monster and NY Amazing. What do you think about that? So, Juan, you know LP, is that right? You know LP quite well. So, how did, because LP's attack was the one that was cited as looked like he forced quit the game out and all that sort of stuff. Do you think that was fair? The punishment? Do you think? Tell us about it.
I still don't find a reason why LP did that. So I think the punish to Monster was fair, but NY Amazing shouldn't get disqualification. They didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it had that knock-on effect that it was like a couple of months ago that they lost their silver ticket.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And even if they tell to Monster fail, I can tell you go kill this guy, but if you do it, it's your fault. So NY Amazing, I mean, also get his silver ticket is too much, I think.
Yeah, to lose that ticket. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's and cool. Let's think about next month then as well. Who's your tip for this month's golden ticket? We've got QSFN obviously hunting after it. MCS, some people are tipping as well. Who do you think's going to get the October golden ticket?
I think QSFN has quite a big chance. I'm not sure, to be honest. I think QSFN is one of very few that has big chance to do it. I don't think MCS can get golden. I mean, they for sure will try hard as much as they can, but I don't see the gameplay they did a few months ago.
Yeah,
so I'm just not sure about them.
Shaky time in Clash Masters, didn't they?
Maybe SSGA if they prepare very well. Maybe Darkest Musan. There are a few teams, but I don't know. Reported Gaming also maybe if they prepare very well.
They're coming into their own, aren't they? Reported. Yeah. What about you, Juan? Who do you think? Rick's just named all the teams basically. So.
I know. If we go back to last 2 years, you can check the always last 2 qualifiers. All Chinese teams try hard a lot, and you see a lot of Chinese teams qualifying. Last year was Musan, who qualified the last qualifier, and last in 2099 was me, Nova. So I think Chinese team will qualify. Maybe HT Family, KOG I don't think, but Musan. I think Musan. Maybe.
Musan. Okay, cool. They were one of the teams that people were expecting to do quite well last month as well. So that kind of makes sense. Right, okay, let's go back on. Let's talk about going to the Worlds a little bit. So this month, it's going to be online. Once it eventually comes. Previously, when you've been there when it was a live event, do you think having that experience will help you not be as nervous? Or were you nervous when you went to the Worlds? And do you think the online thing? Start with that. Tell us about the Worlds last time.
Yeah, it helped me a lot because I remember the first time I went to Poland with Blaze GP. Before the war, I went 10 times to the toilet. I remember I did 2 attacks and 2 fails. I was very, very nervous. And the second time I went to Poland was with Nova. And I did 5 from 6. And I was less nervous. And yeah, each event helped me to don't have nervous. And right now, when we have any important event, online of course, but I don't have any nervous.
Cool. Happy days. And what's the biggest challenge from this being an online event? When Alton Attacks were on, they were talking about their biggest concern is actually about disconnecting, like all the cameras and all that sort of stuff. Is that your biggest worry as well? Or are you worried about the gameplay side of things?
Maybe Riqirez can answer.
We were worried at first qualifier about camera disconnects.
Yeah.
But we put very much attention to this, so everyone had few integrity cameras, few internets, so that if something goes wrong, we are still safe. And we did the same with on second qualifier, and it actually paid off because on one war, Avatar had only one camera, and I think for entire second day, Dima had problem with one of his Discord accounts.
Ah, right, okay. So actually having like 2 or 3 so you actually have more than one camera sitting on you now. Is that basically the way to work around it?
I think everyone had 3 cameras around.
Yeah,
cameras.
I have 3 cameras, yeah.
Wow, okay, right. Because that's definitely something that, so I remember that going back to when HD Family got knocked out. That's what they put on Twitter. They said, we had the solution where we wanted to have extra additional cameras and we were told not to worry about it. And yeah, so it looks like that's a route that they've gone down now, which...
They changed that rule after HD Family.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Did they change anything? I think they always required like one integrity camera, and second is like if you want, then you can have it, but you don't have to. And technically, we didn't have to have third camera too.
I don't know because I saw the HD Family announcement, and they said the organization didn't let they to have 2 cameras with different connection.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. So it is a shame that basically every month what we end up talking about is not about the gameplay, it's about disqualifications and the disconnects and all this sort of stuff. So maybe October will be the month where we get through. Here, Ink Fight has just asked a really good question here. Your favourites for the last chance qualifier? So
I still can say definitely MCS. They're a very good team, and competition in last chance qualifier is not so big as in qualifier. I think also Reported Gaming has a very big chance, especially when there are 2 tickets to get in last chance qualifier. I don't remember other teams, but I think those 2 will qualify.
Those 2 are the 2 that are jumping out to you.
Also, depending who will get last silver ticket.
Yeah, we've got like October still coming as well. Yeah, you're right. And that could have, depending on who wins. So if one of the silver ticket winners get a golden ticket, it has a knock-on effect all the way down. Yeah, you're right. So it's a bit of an interesting one. What about you, Juan? Is there any names that are jumping out from that list?
I think the one who get the silver ticket this month will get in the last chance, and the other one, Tribe Gaming or Reported Gaming.
Tribe or Reported. Okay, cool. Tribe's an interesting call. Tribe of, getting there, they came. I think they were 4th or something in the ESL Mobile Open. That's how they got their wildcard ticket, and their form's been a little bit up and down. So that's an interesting call.
Yes, because we all know their performance lately wasn't very good, but they have too much help in base building, so they will be always strong in defense. So they just need to have a good day and they qualify.
Okay, yeah. So let's go on. We've got one more interesting one. So this month, Juan, we talked about whether or not you'd be happy to discuss this earlier on. This month, you put on Twitter saying that you had enjoyed playing in Supercell CWL, and it was pointed out to you on Twitter that maybe you shouldn't have been playing there. So what happened with all that, and are you worried about losing your ticket or your place and going to Worlds? What's going on with all that?
No, I won't lose anything, but what happened is before Clan War League, I asked it just curious. I was curious, and I asked the Supercell boss if I can play Clan War League, and if the clan where I play get top 64 will get disqualification. and she told me you can play Claymore League. So at that moment, I didn't think about it. So I say okay. Carnage Gaming asked me if I can help them. I said okay. And during the Claymore League in day 3, I think on or day 4, someone posted in Discord the rule where it said the golden ticket player can't help other teams to get the top, which makes sense because imagine now Atas or Queen Walkers go to every clan helping. So, but at that moment I didn't think about it. So, yeah, I don't know if Carnage will get punished or they will have to play day 1. I don't know. I'm sorry about this, but it wasn't my intention. I mean, I didn't go do that.
It's always nice to get a look from my point of view, for a Mack Report, to get a nice bit of Twitter drama just before someone comes on. It was literally like last weekend that all kicked off, and I was like, "Oh, that's exciting." We're on to viewers' questions now. We've had a few that we've asked as we've gone through. We've got a good one here, Riqirez, from Pfizer, saying, "Can you ask Riq what his favourite team ever was and why was it Baby Sharks?" So if you want to throw some shade at Pfizer right now, this is your opportunity. Go for it.
I will just answer that there was a reason that we left Baby Sharks after basically 3 days.
All right, okay. That's it. Nice. And Nanka has asked Juan, why do you like going first? So it seems to be that you hit first a lot of time. Not tonight, but you seem to be in the hitting order. You're one of the first people to hit. Juan and Nanka want to know if you like being the first hitter.
No, because I have to change my strategy. I always hate the spammers, and I came to be a spammer this year. So, I mean, if I can help my team being first, it is okay. But when you start the war failing, you don't help too much. So, yeah, you have maybe too much pressure.
Yeah. So do you guys have like a set order, or is it just you have a quick sort of chat on Discord and sort of say, I'm going to hit that base and I'll go now?
Kinda set order, but we change it very often.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Kind of set order, but here we go. Clash of Boss wants to know. This is the question everybody wants to know. Okay, Riq, who's better looking, Mack or Juan? That's the question everybody wants to know. Rick's staying nice and quiet. Okay, fair enough, man. We'll move swiftly on. Fair enough.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, you should have just said your teammate, but that's fine, mate. What other ones have we got? Nanka also asked, how many times have you both tried to quit the game? How many times have you tried to retire? I think
depends if she really means trying to quit or really quitting, because basically every my try with quitting the game ended with quitting the game. And it was maybe once. It was in second year of my high school, because I was focusing on other things than Clash of Clans. And back then, Clash of Clans wasn't like... It was just a game for me that I played in my free time, not that much that I do now. So, I don't know. Some friends asked me if I wanted to play with them ESL, because then it was a time that this tournament started and everything. $1 million prize pool. I decided, okay, I can try. So I came back. Then a bit later...
It's a good reason to come back.
Yes, it was quite a good reason. I started tryharding a bit again, and it paid off.
What about you, Juan? How many times have you tried to quit?
3, yeah, 3 times. And all times when I came back, it was because I saw a team which motivated me to win money and qualify. So I came back.
Cool. It's good. I like that. Nanka's got all the questions. She's loving this. Another question for both of you. Is Lalo a spam strategy?
If she says that Lalo is a must drop or is it a spam, then I'm afraid I have to say she's not very good with Lalo.
Nice, Rick. I like that. Juana, do you concur? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Avatar said Lalo is spam. Alright, fair enough. Usio, hello. Weedman, in their opinion, who's the top 5 best teams right now? Well, that's we've talked a little bit about that already. I'll tell you what, better maybe put that. When you go to Worlds, who are you... Miggy coming in the raid, thank you, Miggy. Who you looking at? Who's got golden tickets right now? Who are you like? I'd rather avoid them in round 1. Who are you looking at and thinking I don't want to be up against them?
I think I still don't want to face ATN because I think it is quite repeatable what they are doing. That is, try hard first month and get golden ticket, then sleep for a few months, and then when there are finals coming, they try hard again and they are wrecking everyone.
Yeah. So you don't want to face them in the first round, just want like to sort of get through
Definitely, but I think it is already like done that we face JX Tiger in first round.
Okay, do you know
because
who you're going to be?
They have seed 4 and we have seed 5.
Got you.
Yeah.
Right, got you.
ATN and Tom P9 versus the 2 last chance qualifier, I think. And we play versus GS Tiger, and Queen Walkers play versus Dismon.
Okay. I did not realise it was all laid out like that already. It makes sense that you guys know. It's it's in your interest to know.
I mean, just classic bracket seeding.
Yeah. So who are you least looking forward to, Juan? Who would you rather avoid facing?
Queen Walkers.
Queen Walkers. Okay, cool. And why is that? So we know that because like ATN are quite predictable. Well, not super, but a little bit predictable in what their hits are. Queen Walkers a little bit unpredictable. Is that what the concern is with them?
Yeah, and also because if you see the player of Queen Walker right now, Stars, have like 10 accounts in top 20 in Legend. Yeah. Klaus and Gaku, the same. Stadra always spam, and I think always 3 or most of the time. And Utah is the most crazy guy, maybe 3-star or 2, but yeah, I think Queen Walker is the most solid team right now.
Okay,
but on the other hand, since I joined Badzinger, we won every single war versus Queen Walkers, except one, which was last weekend, but we were very close.
Okay, yeah. So you feel, Rick, you got the measure of Queen Walkers. You're feeling quite happy with them. I
mean, it just happened that we do well versus Queen Walkers, so I would be less afraid of them.
Yeah, Crunk has turned up just in time for me to ask his question. So Crunk gave me a few questions we sort of chatted through, but then he's got a question here as well. He said, this is for Juan, alright, and it says, with everything you have achieved, you are now an iconic player in Clash of Clans and one of the faces of the Spanish community. Do you like the famous player status? Do you like having that famous player status? And what strange requests have you had from fans? So do you like being a little bit famous? And have you had any weird requests, Juan?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not. Because, for example, if I don't know, if I do something wrong, a lot of people will hate. But if I don't know, Riqirez do something wrong, he won't get the same hate I get. So yeah. From that part, I don't like, but from other part, I like because you get more opportunities, for example, with eSports or more impact in some tournaments. Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes not.
And have you had any strange requests from fans?
Oh, I don't think I have fans, but
only haters.
Only haters. I think Crunk's a fan. Has he ever asked you to send nudes? I think that's basically probably what he's talking about.
No, he's an old friend from me,
No
like
offense.
3 years ago, I think, or 4.
Happy days. He's got another one here as well. He said, when are you doing a UK tour?
Oh, I wanted go this month because I have all Nova and Tinker's player, Fox. I don't know if you remember him, but he lives in London, and I wanted go. But if I go now to UK, I have to do quarantine 14
Yeah,
days.
2 weeks.
So I'm waiting they remove that to go.
No, that makes sense. It's crazy. Here we go. We've got people saying that they're fans of Riq, and then other people saying that they're fans of Juan. So there you go. You've got there you go. Nanka says, Juan, I'm your fan. So there you go. You've got a couple. There you go, mate. Guys, if you have any more questions in chat, then get them in now. Let us know. And I don't know if you guys have got questions for each other, Juan and Riq. If you've got questions for each other that you want to ask.
No,
You're not going to throw each other under the bus. Fair enough.
No.
I've got one for you then. You got the Badzinger Steam. Who are you, when you're watching them hit, who are you most worried about? Who are you like, oh, this is going to go one way or the other? Or
I mean, who I'm most worried about in my team?
Yeah.
Oh, me, I think.
About Juan, I think.
I mean,
Juan voted himself, and Riq also voted Juan. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, it is about hit rate. So if you check the hit rate, I have the lowest one. So yes.
Do you still get nervous before you attack? Do either of you still get nervous before you attack?
Sometimes I get nervous, usually in like bigger community leagues, like Masters or Queso Cup, but surprisingly, I wasn't nervous at all during qualifiers.
Okay. And Juan, what about you? Does it all just sort of just flow now?
No, I don't get nervous. No.
Happy days.
No. Also, can I ask you something now?
Yeah, of course you can.
Which is your top 5 in now this year?
Worlds, my top 5 teams.
Yeah.
See, at the beginning of the year, I would have had MCS in there, but they're struggling right now, and I probably would have had Penta quite high up as well. But Penta have also struggled quite a lot. But I think ATN, Queen Walkers, I think are your easy top 2. I do like Badzinger, but I can't see you guys because you guys are standing right here. So like before the October weekend, I tipped you guys. I tipped Badzinger and SSG to go away with the gold and silver ticket. Obviously, I was completely wrong with SSG, but you know, I'd like to see SSG. I think it's good for the game if SSG make it to the finals as well. But I don't think they're top 5 at the moment. I think they have the potential to be.
I mean,
I don't know who else.
They already said they will retire after this year, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I think
Beer has said he'll retire. I don't think it's going to be all of the SSG players. I think SSG as an org will probably still stay.
Yeah, but let's not say that he will be like Ichu next year. He will stop competitive, so maybe yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think, like me, if Supercell didn't ban Monster from Worlds, they will qualify easy already?
Yeah, I think you guys would have struggled last month against Monster.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're a decent team. Fluxy is in the chat quite a lot, although randomly gets banned, so doesn't always able to say stuff quite often.
Not only Monster, but NY Amazing too.
Yeah, but NY Amazing were already there, weren't they? But yeah, I think Monster were up there definitely. He's like, you got LP in there. I mean, LP. Okay, that hit looked like he was trying to throw it, and he still managed to almost 3. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's some insane skill when you try to throw a hit and still 3. I don't know. allegedly, we'll throw allegedly in there so I don't get sued, alright? But, you know, it's like there's some decent hitters in there. It's whether or not these teams come back next year. Hopefully Supercell learn from it and they change. I think they recognised they were being a bit overzealous with the rules, but they kind of backed themselves into a corner.
Yes, but
like,
for
you
example,
look at how they dealt with QSFN. If they had gone by the letter of the law, QSFN should probably not get a silver ticket. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
They
But
decided to put some leniency in there, which was good. I think it was the right call. But I think they should have done that maybe in May.
yes, but for example, not talking about the Monster disqualification, which we know it wasn't fair. I mean, Monster, yes, and why not? But
yeah,
what would you do with players like Leifen, who is win trading all month in Legend? Would you ban him like Supercell did, or you wouldn't do that?
I don't. So yeah, see, I don't know. So I think win trading is not okay. I think win trading kind of defeats the purpose. Or like, do you know what I mean? That's not fair play. But then there's the other element that people throw in is the money for moving to a certain clan for the end of season and people being paid for that, which is really a really interesting thing because actually people wouldn't win trade if there wasn't a financial incentive at the end. Or I don't think they would. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think people are just doing it for clout. I think people are win trading in order to get the big bucks of certain clans to get paid to be a certain clan. Or I might have it totally wrong. No one ever asked me to come and join a clan because I can't push in Legends. I get to about 5,100 and then I've hit my limit. So, but yeah, should Supercell ban them? I think when I had Darian on and Itsu as well talking about this, the thing was that they don't know how to do it. They can look at someone's JP, thank you. They can look at someone's performance, and actually it's really nice when you have the Legends pushers that stream, and you can see when, like, so Riq, was it you had a like a horrible attack, and was it on Hook's stream? Was it you or maybe it was Lucas? Actually, I might have confused you, and like the whole attack went wrong, and it was a 1-star. But because it had been on stream, you could see that it wasn't a deliberate throw. The problem is that there's no way, apart from getting into people's private messages online or on Discord, and actually saying, "Oh, you definitely threw that attack on purpose. You definitely did some win trading there." It's really hard to track because some people can have bad hits, and if Supercell were just to crack down on the bad hits, then they would just start throwing in other things like they would deliberately throw the hit. Do you know what I mean? Apart from LP who can't throw, from what we've seen. Does that make sense? Is that sort of what you were after?
What was the question finally?
The question was, Nico, we already talked, sorry, Nico's chatting about things. So Nico, when the stream's finished, you can rewind it and you can have a look at that. We talked about that on Twitter earlier on. But yeah, you're right, there was an interesting Mack with a 3-minute question, yeah, man.
Yeah, I understand what you said.
It's a really difficult position for Supercell. I don't think trading was correct. I don't think it's right, but it's really hard to track.
No, I think it is near impossible because if you, for example, imagine you hide the CC name, the clan name, they can put trips or I don't know, anything in the base, so people recognize, okay, this is Jack, okay, this is Leifen or something like that.
Yeah, so, exactly.
Yeah, but it is very difficult. But they could, for example, stop pilots because these players are pushing like 20 accounts, 30 accounts, and I'm not joking. So if they scam with sometimes or every month these accounts, they will lose every month all accounts, and they will maybe stop pushing. So also I don't know what is worse, if win trade or pilot, because okay, you pilot, that is against rules, but you don't cheat. but win trades, you cheat and you take advantage from your opponent. So I don't know what is worse.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't think either of them are ideal, are they? I think that's the issue. Yeah, and it's difficult though. Riq, have you got an opinion? Have you done much pushing? And you're a bit of a Legends pusher. What's the highest you've got, Riq?
Highest is top 8 global last season, but I was already like giving up those few additional days because like it was supposed to be end, so mentally I was ready to just chill, do some Sui Lalo or something, and then I find out that it continues, so I ended on 12th position again.
But you peaked at 8, so that's good. Like that. There we go. We've got Nikolai saying the Supercell need to hide names and that'll stop 9% of win trading. It might do, Nikolai, but what we're saying is that they'll just work out a system. And so they need to come up with like a better thing. Like their Psychic Octopus. That worked for a while, quite well. The Psychic Octopus had quite do you guys remember that years ago?
I remember.
When they got
I don't remember.
Mod. Hey, some viewers write why you sometimes use previous bases within various tournaments, or is it just... okay, so why do you recycle bases? There we go, that's a good one. Talk to us about that.
Because making completely new, fresh base takes a lot of time and effort and or money, so no team is like having so many bases for every single match. It's just not worth it. Especially when they can defend few teams in a row when you just do few traps adjustments.
Happy days. That makes sense. So, and Paul, right, wait, we'll do Susie's one, then we'll do Paul's one, okay. Susie, if you could change one thing or add something into Clash, what would it be? What was one thing you'd change in the game?
I would change that you can set in settings what hits your friends can see. So that people can just add their friends to friends lists, but like when big teams are testing bases for qualifiers or worlds or anything, so they can just turn off possibility to look their friendly challenge attacks. So it's okay then.
Okay, cool. I like that. It seems like a sensible tweak. Juan, what about you? Is there anything you would change?
I will change, for example, when you donate CC in War. If I want to donate Super Wizard, I have to get them. So I will remote that so I can donate any Super Troop in CC in War, for example. Also,
I think that's a really important one, especially with the only 5 players allowed in a team, allowed in the clan. Do you know what I mean? Then it gets really challenging, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. For example, also I will put when both clans in a friendly war won't finish the war, they can finish. You don't have to wait 5 minutes to end the war. If all attacks are done,
just like force quit sort of thing. Both teams agree. Yeah.
Cool. Or like I don't know what more. I think that is. And remove pets.
Remove pets.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're kind of in the game now, aren't they? They're an essential part now. Paul has also asked. This is the question we'll end on. The main question that everyone wants to know: what is your favourite type of cheese? Riq, we'll start with you.
I don't know many types of cheeses. I probably know only one, and I ate only one, so I could name only this one. I don't know if it's the same in English, but in Polish it's Gouda.
It's
Gouda.
Gouda. Oh, Gouda. Yeah.
Gouda. Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
I like Gouda, Roquefort, cheddar. I don't know if it's English.
Cheddar. Yeah.
And Parmesano. I think that is.
So, which one is your favourite, Juan? Paul's not going to be happy. You need to.
Cheddar.
Cheddar. There we go.
Yeah.
That's controversial there. I like that. Okay. Paul says great choices. Well done. You got the approval from Paul. There we go. He asks that to every guest, and I'm okay with that being like a standard question. I love it as a question. It's very out there. It's great. Guys, thank you so much. You guys have had a long day. You've done ESL Mobile Open, maybe Clash Masters, I'm not sure.
Only Masters today.
Only Masters, sorry. Clash Masters today. There was a bit of a clash with that. It was a bit of a nightmare. I think they're going to sort that out. But you had Clash Masters, then you had TGG, then you had Talking to Me, which was probably the most challenging bit because you had to understand me, which is fairly challenging. And so thank you so much for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been really interesting, really good fun. The chat is still going. Nanka says sub to Bad's official YouTuber. Yeah, of course, definitely. And there we go. Guys, we'll put this up on YouTube later on, and it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much. Now's a good time to wave. Wave back to the audience. Goodbye. Wave.
Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah.